How did I become a coach in 1991? So in 1991, in the fall, I was working at a tennis club, and the job came open at Old Dominion, and I interviewed it for it, and they offered it to me, and it was $27,000, which at the time seemed pretty good. But there was just one catch. I had to graduate. So I stopped probably in 1986 as far as completing my degree. I still needed a couple more courses. My degree was in philosophy with a religious emphasis. And the couple of courses wasn't the problem. The problem was I had to complete the foreign language requirement. So the foreign language requirement is, that was a little tough. Now, the reason I chose philosophy with a religious emphasis was I attended a junior college, Lees McRae Junior College, in 1982 to 84. And already at the junior college, you took religions, you took world religions, you took Old Testament and New Testament. So the way the credits lined up at Old Dominion, it made a lot of sense to complete the degree in philosophy with religious emphasis. So again, it was kind of tough. It was really tough. Those classes aren't easy. So, but anyway, to complete the degree, I'd already had 168 hours because I changed majors and kind of boogered around and, to get the credits right. So, but the real kicker was I had to complete the foreign language requirement. So it's the fall of 91, and I'm enrolling in some classes. Old Dominion hired an interim head coach, Marion Carroll. So they offered me the job starting in January 2002, but I had to complete the degree. In foreign language, you have 101, 102, 201, and 202. Well, at this particular time, I only had 101. I only completed 101. So 101, and I got a D in French. So now I was tasked with skipping 102, skipping 201, and then taking 202. So this whole thing about degrees and all that kind of stuff, you wonder, like, why do you need a degree to coach college? That's a logical question. Well, the question is, the answer to the question is, you need a degree because what do universities sell, or colleges? They sell degrees. So it doesn't look that good if you don't have a degree and you're coaching, because trying to get your student athletes to get degrees, complete that curriculum. So anyways, so I went through that journey of completing the 2 classes. And that whole degree thing, again, universities, they sell degrees. It'd be something like working at Nike, but wearing Puma to work. It's just not good. So if you're working at a university, coaching at a professional level, yep, you need to have that degree. So anyway, I went about completing the degree. The couple of classes, not so hard. The French, completing that requirement, that was impossible almost. So what I did is I had a tutor, and I believe the athletic department somehow arranged this for me. But Lucette Zandler was my tutor, and she was an interpreter for Charles de Gaulle and Eisenhower. So she was pretty proficient. But I explained to her the deal that I needed to pass French 202 in order to complete my degree in this period of time, which was the fall of 1991. So she taught me, she goes, hey, I'm not going to teach you French, but I'll teach you how to pass French. And I signed up for French at, not at Old Dominion, that was going to be a little hard. So I signed up for French and made sure it was going to transfer in at a community college. Community college is a little bit easier. So anyway, so my tutor, Lucette Zandler, she began to teach me how to pass French not how to learn French. So, for example, she would tell me, hey, you're going to have a test on the irregular verbs. So the irregular verbs, just turn over the paper, and Miss Vandertramp, for each letter represents one of the irregular verbs. So, write them down. When you get to D, it's domer, and so forth and so on. So anyway, so the fall of 1991, I pretty much, I was hired by Old Dominion University to become the tennis coach. And, but I had to go through hell as far as completing that degree. And Mrs. Andler would make all kinds of cassettes. We would take walks for me to learn hours of this stuff. And it was kind of painful at the time. But when I completed it and I got a C in that class and it transferred, it sure felt worth it. I don't recommend anybody stretching out the degree as long as I did. And but it was cool because I wouldn't have met Lucette Zandler, my tutor, who's probably one of the best teachers and coaches and mentors I've ever had. So yeah, 1991, I become the coach at Old Dominion. Had to complete the degree. And many thanks to my athletic director, Dr. Jim Jarrett, also the senior associate athletic director, Dr. Mickey Bale, who else? Tony Haig, academic advisor, certainly Marion Carroll for stepping in to be the interim head coach, and also my rock star tutor, Lucette Zandler. Thanks to all of y'all for getting me to that finish line of that degree so I could become a 25-year college coach.